We begin with breaking new details in the investigation into the shooting outside a home in Hebron that left a 20-year-old woman dead. The suspect has been denied bail.
65-year-old Kevin Monahan appearing in Washington County Court this afternoon, charged with second-degree murder in connection with the death of Kaylin Gillis.
After the court appearance, the family spoke about the shooting for the first time.
If anything I'm thankful for is that I got to tell her that I love her before she walked out the door.
Tonight, we have team coverage of this case, which has received national attention. News 10 ABC's Michaela Singleton has the emotional reaction from Kaylin's family.
We're going to begin, though, with News 10 ABC's Juliana Bruno, who was in court during today's bail hearing as the judge weighed a number of factors against controversial bail reform laws to determine what happens next. Juliana.
Well, John and Lydia, the courtroom was packed with family and friends from both sides of this case, as well as a heavy media presence just 5 days after Kaylin's death. Now, Judge Adam Michelini heard arguments from both sides of the courtroom, the district attorney and Monahan's lawyer, focusing on questions surrounding his ties to the community, his potential criminal history, and his standing in the community as well. Take a look. Kevin Monahan walked into a courtroom full of the family and friends of the woman he's accused of killing, Kaylin Gillis. His lawyer painted a picture of a businessman with ties to the community, while the prosecution said he has a reputation of being impulsive and confrontational, as they cited a number of factors that make him a flight risk.
Someone under the spotlight of national and, in this case, even international media poses another factor from which flight could be drawn.
His lawyer disagreed.
Rumors aside, innuendo aside, character smears without a basis, I might add, aside, we have a man who does own his own business, who's a building contractor, who's lived in our community for 30+ years.
Ultimately, the judge pointed to two new factors in New York State bail statute: the defendant's history and use of a firearm, and the fact that he is alleged to have caused serious harm or death in this case.
She was killed. She's dead. I don't think there's any more serious harm than that. So I think that my determination is in the spirit of the statute, and I do find at this time the defendant should be remanded to the custody of the Sheriff's Department without bail.
A sigh from Kaylin's family, including her boyfriend and father, followed, emotional and grateful amid a devastating loss. Monahan's lawyer could appeal.
A remand is just not necessary, and of course it's within the judge's discretion, and you know, good judges and I disagree, and bad judges and I disagree sometimes. So now I've got to find a judge that's I think might agree with me and file a habeas petition to get my client released.
The prosecution says other charges could be filed, including for the attempted murders of others in the driveway that night.
Material that has to be reviewed and processed is significant, and based on that, if appropriate, additional charges will be filed.
Now, Monahan's lawyer maintains that his client has no criminal record outside of a 2001 aggravated assault charge out of Vermont. That case, he says, was dismissed. Ultimately, the judge decided that the seriousness of the charge, as well as the intricacies of New York's bail laws, were enough to keep him in handcuffs today. I'm reporting live in Fort Edward. Juliana Bruno, News 10, ABC.